Hey, squad. How are you all doing? I hope you're all well. Let's check out Saturday's lineup. There are a lot of interesting games for us to bring predictions and analysis. I'm going to bring those in-depth analyses just like you're used to. Goal averages, corners, cards, handicap. Everything you're entitled to here in this video. If you have any suggestions about what could be improved or what's not good on the channel, let me know. Leave your comments below because your feedback is really important, guys. You know that my channel is built together with you. So if you think something is good, let me know in the comments. And if you think something isn't good, you can comment on that too. I'll always try to improve. And like I always say, unfortunately, I can't please everyone. I try to share my research with you, my analyses, and make it so that we get results in the long run by working together. But not every day is going to be good. That's something I can't promise. Because anyone who promises that is lying to you. I'm very honest. You know that we work in the variable income market, where I always try to deliver the best results, but we work precisely with players, with athletes, with football, with countless scenarios that can escape our analysis, which is done pre-live before the ball starts rolling. Just to make it clear to you, as I said at the beginning of the video, I will always dedicate myself to delivering the best, but I can't always do that precisely because of these variables. But that's how it is. If you liked it, leave a like because it really helps me out. Without further ado, let's get to the predictions and analyses for this Saturday. Because the schedule is packed with games, let's go. Guys, I'm going to bring you over to our spreadsheet to show the results we had on Thursday. It was a Thursday that didn't please me in some scenarios. If we look here, there were 20 predictions, 12 greens and 8 reds. There were quite a few reds for the number of predictions we had. So always being transparent. You know, when things are good, I say it. When they're bad, I say it too. Thursday was a bad day for those who put together a betting slip with these games, okay? There were some good games, like, for example, the Porto game and the Malmo game. Unfortunately, the minus 1.5 handicap for Porto didn't hit, right? In the Europa League. There was the Young Boys game and the Nice versus Braga game where the cards bet didn't hit. The over 1.5 did not hit either. The Betis game was one of the best games this Thursday. And the Vasco versus Fluminense game was also very good. We just didn't hit the over 3 cards bet. It was kind of... A lot of people complained that it should have been a game for more cards. But if I'm not mistaken, it was Klaus. If not, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I think it was Rafael Klaus, and bad referee, really bad. He didn't give out many cards, okay? That's it. Let's move on to the Saturday predictions. Let's hope the result is different from what happened this Thursday. Let's go. Alright, so let's start with the first game. Atletico de Madrid facing Valencia. The game is at 10 a.m. Atletico de Madrid in 4th place, coming off a fantastic run. That's 5 wins playing at home. Valencia 16th place, odds 11. For them to win, okay? 3 draws, 1 loss, and 1 win. Straight to the point with you. This is a great game for over 1.5 goals because the favorite is playing at home and has a very strong attack. Atletico de Madrid averages 2.9 goals per game. They're very aggressive. The total average is 3.7. Valencia averages 1.1 goals scored. And the overall average is 2.9. Over 1.5 goals has a very high chance of happening. The odds are at 1.25 for there to be 2 goals in this match. You can put together a custom bet slip with these odds. For me, that's the option. Corners. I analyzed the following. More corners for the home team. In the last 5 head-to-head matches, Atletico de Madrid had more corners than Valencia. So, I believe this scenario will happen. If you look at the average, it's 8.5 for Atletico de Madrid and 3.8 for Valencia. More corners for Atletico. Right, the odds are really low. So go for over 7 as well, which happens in most Atletico de Madrid games. Cards, I'm going for over 3. We have this option because the team's average doesn't seem to be that high. But Valencia, whether they want to or not, will end up committing more fouls as they try to defend against Atletico de Madrid's powerful offense. So for that reason, I'm going for over 3 cards in the match. Now let's move on to the Bundesliga, the German Championship. We have Eintracht Frankfurt facing Augsburg. It's simply 7th placed Eintracht Frankfurt facing Augsburg, who are in 10th. 4th place, the match is at 11:30 in the morning. That's Brazil time, okay? This video will be translated into other languages, Spanish and English. The time you'll be watching the game depends on your country's time zone, but in Brazil, the match is at 11:30. For me, it's a double chance for Eintracht Frankfurt. At home, they've only lost once, while Augsburg away has 4 losses and 1 draw. Their situation is really, really bad. I believe that you can see here and draw your own conclusions. Eintracht Frankfurt has a more productive goal average. The average number of goals conceded is the same, 1.9 on both sides. But I believe that Frankfurt won't lose this game at home. Double chance there is paying 1.22 odds. Good recommendation. For corners, I'm going for under 13. It's not just because of the average, but also because in the last 4 out of 5 Eintracht Frankfurt games, they hit under 13 corners. And in Augsburg's last 5 games, 5 out of 5 were under 13. So it's under corners that I'm going to work with here. Under 13 is the line. Cards under 6. Look at the team's averages and draw your own conclusions. Not to mention it's the German Championship. Easy for cards under 6 in total. Next game, we're going to Chelsea facing Everton in the Premier League. Game at noon, Chelsea 5th place, Everton 7th place. It's a straightforward game. Chelsea is the favorite playing at home, odds at 1.66. The odds that attract me are not in the pre-live, but in the pre-live. If you want to go for it, go ahead, because it's a good time. I'd say there's already value in the pre-live, but live, you could get it at a better price. Up to 1.80, 1.90 on Chelsea's win. I really believe in this scenario for live betting to look for that confirmation if you want to go for it. For pre-live, Leo, what do you recommend? Then it would be over 1.5, looking for 2 goals in the game. Here we have the team's averages, 2.7 for Chelsea and 2.4 for Everton. If you look at Chelsea's last games, most of them hit over 1.5, okay? 4 out of 5 hit. And for Everton here, the over 1.5 happened in 3 out of 5. Interesting scenario, the odds are at 1.28 to 1.35. Excellent. Corners, Chelsea has an average of 6.9, Everton 3.3. In Chelsea's last 6 games, there were less than 13 corners in all of them. Less than 13 hit in all of them. For Everton, in the last 6 games, 5 had less than 13. So I'm also going for the under corners line here, less than 13 in total. And cards under 6. Peaceful game, the referee's average is low. The team's averages are also under here. There's no way around it. Continuing in the Premier League, we have Liverpool facing Brighton. Liverpool, which is going through a really troubled phase, right? A team that isn't clicking and the coach is doing a terrible job. Liverpool's home form is awful. It's 2 losses, 1 draw, and 2 wins in the last 5 games. Meanwhile, Brighton has the same record but away from home. It's the 8th place against the 10th. Brighton, in their current form, is ranked higher than Liverpool. So, don't get too eager. When it comes to betting on a straight win, Liverpool, because the odds are at 1.66. I'd rather take the 1.66 I mentioned for Chelsea than for Liverpool. That's my analysis, my opinion. Today, I trust Chelsea more playing at home than Liverpool. With the same style of play, the same odds, I side with Chelsea. If I have to take the 1.66 odds on either of them. But, talking about the analysis of this game, I'm going with both teams to score. Both teams to score. We have 2 attacking powers here that have been producing goals. Liverpool's total average is 3 and Brighton's is 3.3. I really believe in it. Both teams to score. The odds are 1.53. That's a valid odd for us to go after. Besides that, Leo, is there another option? There is too. Asian handicap over 2.0 for Brighton. Brighton can win, can draw, or can lose by 1 goal, and we still win. If they lose by 2, Leo, it's a refund. If they lose by 3, we take the loss. It's an interesting scenario, paying odds of 1.23 for Brighton. For corners, I'm going for over 7. Both teams in their last 5 games went over 7. In Liverpool's last 5 and Brighton's last 5. So it's a game for corners. And for cards, I'm going for both teams to get at least 1 card. I really believe in this scenario. A card for each side. Now let's move on to the Club World Cup, FIFA. We have Mingo's game. A lot of people criticized. They criticized me because I forgot Flamengo's game. In the first one, right, which was against Cruz Alta, if I'm not mistaken, but I didn't remember that the Club World Cup would be on that day. I really apologize to you all. It was my oversight. That's why I didn't bring Flamengo's game. It's not because of anyone else. Sometimes people start thinking, oh, Flamengo is huge. People say he doesn't want to give predictions for Flamengo. That's just being petty. It's not pettiness, guys, okay? For God's sake, I'm not 10 years old, all right? You can relax about that. Speaking of Flamengo, Flamengo is on a wonderful streak, 5 wins, and then there's Pyramids. FC, it's a good team, okay? It's a team that's going to go head-to-head with Flamengo, man. I would go with the qualification bet. Flamengo, because Flamengo is the favorite. The odds for Flamengo are 1.42. For Flamengo to qualify, it's 1.22. I would take a chance on Flamengo qualifying, or if you want to go for the straight win for Flamengo in the match, that's fine too. But I'm warning you, Pyramids is a very strong team in Egypt. So be careful, okay? Go with Flamengo to qualify, which I think is the best option. For corners, I'm going for over 7. And for cards, I'm not going to make a prediction. I analyzed it and didn't feel confident. I'm staying out of the cards market for this match. Okay? Let's go back to Europe because we've got something here. Boom, turning it off again. Bayer Leverkusen facing Cologne. The match is at 2:30 in the afternoon. Bayer Leverkusen comes in as the favorite, right? At odds of 1.53. Cologne is at odds of 5.25. Over 2.5. That's what I'm going for. Look at Bayer Leverkusen's average. 3.7 is the overall average. Both teams to score also has a lot of value, with a 70% probability on Bayer Leverkusen's side. It's a team that produces goals but also concedes them. So both teams to score is also appealing. But I see a 2-1, a 3-1, a 2-2, so over 2.5. With odds at 1.50, I see value. So over 2.5 goals at 1.50 is what I would go for. Leo, if you want to be a bit more cautious, go for over 1.5. Over 1.5 means you need at least 2 goals in this case. Deal? For corners, I'm going for more corners for the home team. Because in the last 4 head-to-head matches, Leverkusen produced more corners than Cologne. So I'm going for that scenario again. I'm backing Leverkusen to produce more corners than Cologne. And for cards, over 2. The team's average is 4 cards. Over 2 gives us some margin for error. And the referee averages 4.6. So really, over 2 is going to be my pick. After that, we have Barcelona facing Osasuna in La Liga. Barcelona is a huge favorite playing at home, on a fantastic run of 5 wins, with odds at 1.20. I have to admit, those odds have no value. They're way too low. Osasuna comes in here in 15th place, playing pretty average football. 2 draws, 1 loss, and 2 wins in their last 5 games. So what's my recommendation? This win, okay? 1.20. If I'm going to risk it on a Barcelona win, honestly, I'd go for the Asian handicap minus 1.5 for Barcelona. That means Barcelona would have to win by 2 goals. Those odds are at 1.57. If I'm going to risk it on a Barca win, I'm going to risk it for them to win by at least 2 goals. Because at 1.20, I'd rather go for higher odds, like 1.60 or 1.70, which is the case with this Asian handicap, right? Minus 1.5, which just opened. At 1.57, it's almost a straightforward bet. Some people like to work with odds above 1.55, so you can already take it as a single operation. So Asian handicap. Under 1.5 for Barcelona in this match. Corners, more corners, home team. Barcelona has double the average compared to Osasuna, and it's a team that, when playing at home, produces more corners than most teams that come as visitors. As for cards, I'm going for under 7. The team's average is low since it's La Liga. So I believe that at most, 6 cards might be given in this match. Now let's take a quick trip to Italy because we have Atalanta facing Cagliari. Simply put, Atalanta in 12th place isn't going through a very good phase in Serie A. Meanwhile, Cagliari is in 13th. It's a very balanced match, okay? Be careful, Atalanta is at 1.33, playing against the 13th place team, a team lower in the standings. Be very careful here. What would my recommendation be? Not to expose myself to the result and go for over 1.5 goals. It's an open game, likely to have goals. The team's averages here are interesting. Games without scoring, only 30% for Atalanta. They don't score. So out of every 10 games, they score in 7. And what about Cagliari? Out of every 10 games, they score in 6. Over 1.5 goals, the odds are 1.24. That excites me. Even more so because the favorite Atalanta is playing at home. So an over 1.5 bet has even more value for that reason as well. Corners, over 7. The team's average here, especially Atalanta's, is high, and the total average for both teams is over 9. So over 7 will probably happen already. Cards, I would go for under 7. In total, we have a low referee average, and the teams also produce few cards. That's why an underline here. After that, we have Getafe facing Espanyol. Getafe, 8th place in La Liga. Espanyol, 5th place. The scenario here is under. To be honest, under 2.5. It really appeals to me. We have an average of 1.8 for Getafe and 2.3 for Espanyol. But when these teams face each other, it's very balanced. If you look at Getafe's last 5 games here, 4 went under 2.5 goals. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, and 2-0. And on Espanyol's side, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, and 2-0. In 4 out of 5 games, the under 2.5 hit. Let's also look at the head-to-head matchups. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-1. The last 4 from 2023 to 2025 were games with just 1 goal. I'm going to go for the under 2.5 because of this. It's a very balanced game. What's the odds for the under 2.5, Leo? 1.40, 1.40, 1.45. That's what you'll find. Excellent, in my opinion. Another option, if you want to take a risk, is to bet on a draw. I'd say this is a game for a draw. If you want to take a draw at 2.80, be cautious and manage your bankroll. But it's a good option, in my opinion. Taking a draw at odds of 2.80, put in half a stake, a little less money here. I think it's worth it. I'm noticing that this is a game with a strong tendency for a draw. If you want to go for it, go ahead. Corners, I'm going for under 13. The team's average is low. Most of the games are for the under, so under 13 corners. And cards, over 3. I expect a game with more fouls because of how balanced the match is. To wrap things up on a high note, this blessed Saturday, which God willing it will be, we have Arsenal facing Wolverhampton. Arsenal in first place. Wolverhampton comes in as the bottom team in the Premier League. They're in 20th place. Arsenal wins. That's indisputable. But the odds for Arsenal are at 1.12. I'm going for over 2.5 goals. Over 2.5 goals is at 1.55. A very, very attractive odd. Very attractive. And it's an odd that will soon adjust. It will go down. If you want it, grab this rate now. Over 2.5 goals in the match. Arsenal's average, just Arsenal, is 2.4 goals scored. The chance of them scoring at least 2 goals here is huge. I'm going with over 2.5. That's what I'm going to bet on. I really believe in this scenario. The other option, Leo. Asian handicap minus 1.5 for Arsenal. Arsenal has to win by a margin of 2 goals. The odds are 1.45. Odds that to me make a lot of sense as well. Okay? Corners under 13. The team's average here is low. And in most of the team's matches, there were under corners. So I'm going for under 13 in total. And cards, I'm going for under 6. A calm match. Low averages for both teams. The referee's average is a little high. But even so, there's still a margin for this under 6. That's going to be my recommendation. Deal? That's it, folks. That's what I would work with you on this Saturday. A really good lineup, as I mentioned at the start of the video. Be cautious and manage your bets. Only make the bets that really make sense to you. Hey, Leo, I didn't like that prediction you made for that game. You don't have to do it, man. I'm not forcing you to follow my predictions. I'm just sharing my research with you. You pick the games that make sense to you if you want. Deal, guys? So just a friendly tip. Really focus on picking the predictions that you actually see value in. Before I go, what's our ready-made ticket for our beloved Saturday? Let's go. Double chance for Eintracht Frankfurt under 13 corners and over 1.5 goals in the Chelsea game. That makes a ticket with odds of 1.77. Here's the ticket. Here's a picture of the ticket for you. All you have to do is copy and paste it. The link is already ready in the pinned comment. Some people have also been asking me, Leo, how do I join your VIP group? Pinned comment. You get access to the VIP group and the mentoring. It's a complete training program, but the VIP group is annual. Obviously, annual means for 1 year. But there's a training with more than 50 recorded lessons, showing you everything I know. Really, for those who want to become professionals in the market, it's the best training you'll find. So if you want to get access, pinned comment, the link is already set up for payment. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. God bless you all. Have a blessed Saturday if God wills it. And to all of us guys, we're in this together. Thanks.